So I discovered this last night while going through the Discover store on my Steam Deck to kind of like find other games to set up and whatnot. And I thought it was really cool and wanted to show it off because this kind of game has been like off and on developed, and that there have been multiple projects and they've been dropped and then picked back up. There are some games that follow the same exact spirit but don't have some of the same aesthetic. Somewhat it draws aesthetic from multiple different games. So the game is called Beyond All Reason. It's based on the Spring engine, which is, for those that don't know, is an RTS engine that's like over a decade old and built based off of Total Annihilation. So I am going to, D menu has shown up on my my external monitor, the not main screen. So when you get it, it'll come up with this launcher. It's gonna look slightly different depending on how you have your window manager set up and everything, but the buttons are going to be the same. So it'll have the update thing by default to double check that everything's up to date, the launcher and all. So, and then you can click start. So again, it's based on Spring Engine. You can create an account and things like that, but we'll full screen it so that we don't get problems. I haven't created an account as of yet, but yeah. So you do have a couple options. Obviously, you can do replays, which I've got this nice one here. We will go look at that in a second. I don't know why it's flickering on me. It might be because I'm recording. So I never had this problem before, so it might be OBS messing with it. You've got, of course, your different settings. I like this because the menu has everything integrated, and some of the other games using the Spring engine don't have their menu like this, where it's in essence integrated this way. So I find this really convenient and nice. So you've got multiplayer co-op, you of course need an account for that. Single player. You've got different scenarios that they have put together with it. It's got menued up and everything. But yeah, Skirmish is the kind of default one. And they've got various different maps. They're not all going to be downloaded from the get-go, but you can download them as you go. Oh. It does have various maps that both go back to Supreme Commander, Spring, as well as Total Annihilation and a few other games. So, let's see. So Shore to Shore is a classic one. Total Annihilation, of course. So that's a 1v1 map. You've got Ring Atoll, which is, again, another Total Annihilation one. And then Dark Side and blah, blah, blah. Industrial Revolution might harken to more of Supreme Commander, but yeah. If I go back up here, actually, I know for sure there might be some TA Kingdoms in here as well. So, of course, the Small Supreme Battlefield is a Supreme Commander one. It's kind of one of those, like, big bridge, like, water everywhere ones. So, yeah. Let's go to... Actually, they do have... Where is it? Crater Islands. Oh, yeah, in Comet Catcher. Both TA remakes. They had... Great Divide, Greenest Fields. Come on, where is it? Mithril Mountain. Riverside River. I thought you had... They had the Confluence one. I know I saw... Oh, Evid River Confluence. So again, this is another TA remake. So we're going to go with shore to shore to kind of show you how it starts up. So it's going to stretch it out really weird like this, but yeah. Let's see. Let's kick you, kick. So it's a 1v1 map. You'll notice that the AI is very similar to if you've played Planetary Annihilation. It has much of the same things. You add a team, you can add AI to the team in much the same way. And then, can I not? Kick. Okay. So the faction names are very, very interesting, I find. Armada and Cortex. I don't know where they got, like, the inspiration for those names from, but I find them very interesting that they would pick those as their names, you know? Just saying, you know? Huh? Let's add an AI. Barbarian AI. Control mode AI. Simple defender. PvE game mode with blah blah blah. Scavenger AI. So we'll go with simple defender. Oh. Ah, it was already there. See, advanced options. So you've got different options in here. You can mess with like AI settings and so on. Restrict certain units and all. Let's see, shield override, new D-gun mechanics. So it does use physics, much the same way that Total Annihilation does. So, what was it? Can I change color? So the thing that I noticed is color might be an option, but I don't see it in here. Add bonus. Okay, so yeah, so if you want bonus resources or production, you can do that as well. So if we go into start, it'll load up a cool menu. I've only played through like one game of this, so yeah. That's why I've only got one replay. I've only really completed one whole game. So this does have a lot of similar units to Total Annihilation and a lot of very different ones, and units that have the same capability across like different like unit types that TA didn't have in that like wide spectrum of types. Okay, so much like, what was it? So very much like Planetary Annihilation, you basically pick your starting point, and it does restrict you on where you can place your commander based on your team. I'm getting there, lady. Thank you. So yeah, this is a bit wider, which is kind of cool than standard, but yeah. You can see, of course, you've got your metal patches and so on. So we can select our starting location and then ready up.
Welcome to Bar. It is your mission to win this battle with both tactical and strategical supremacy.
So we can boom, queue up our stuff like normal.
Extractor on a metal spot, indicated by the rotating circles on the map.
Thank you, nice lady. If you're on an all metal map, of course it doesn't show you those cool metal circles, but yeah. What's really cool is a lot like many modern games, I can middle click and drag the map map around. And then, of course, you've got this very Supreme Commander, modern, full tactical overview of the map, and it's got your icons and things like that. They, of course, use the very similar Commander silhouette.
Construct units, build windmills or solar panels.
Yes, thank you. I've got solar right here. So yes, and they do have underwater metal deposits on this one, which the original in Total Annihilation did not have. So you've got your bot lab, your vehicle plant, your aircraft plant, your hovercraft plant. You do have a shipyard and a naval hovercraft plant that you can build from the get-go. So let us actually go with a hovercraft plant instead, because that will be very versatile for our use. Well, I could also go with a vehicle plant as well, because they have amphibious vehicles from the get-go as well. So you've got an amphibious level 1 tech 1 construction vehicle as well. So let's see. And we can send that out to go and do our construction if we want to as well. So the UI is also interesting. Save, statistic, keys, changes, settings, and lobby. Then you've got like some of your other team and other stuff down here.
However, their medium armor will not endure in heavy combat.
Yes, thank you, nice AI lady. Here are your command stuff, which, like, the UI is a lot different than what you might expect. They do keep the building stuff on the same side as original Total Annihilation. The command stuff with a larger screen, you can, of course, allow for more space for stuff instead of having, like, big black bars all the way down the screen, so... yeah. So if we go, we can build a construction hovercraft. And so, of course, you've got your fast attack, your hover, your tank, your rocket launcher, your assault, and then your anti-air as your general get-go. Let's build...
vehicles are less maneuverable than bots and cannot traverse steep terrain.
Let's build us a few more... So when you're holding shift as well, the map does seem to scroll a bit quicker when you're moving it around. And what's nice, and this is kind of something from Spring, is that it does show you how much metal you're going to extract from the deposit. Okay, so we've got that going. And you can see that here, let's see, metal extractor, So we've got, so what I find interesting is this construction turret. Apparently transportable, which hopefully means you can pick it up and move it around. But it's a turret that you build in place that will automatically repair things, but also has the capability of building things in its vicinity. Of course, and then you've got, for some reason, the hovercraft can build an advanced vehicle plant, but there is no advanced hovercraft plant. There is, however, and you've got all the same standard turrets. Let's see, shipyard, and the naval series, hovercraft plant, and the advanced shipyard it can build. That's interesting. So you've got your seaplanes, of course, and then an amphibious complex that builds amphibious units, be it bots or vehicles or hovercraft, I believe, if I remember correctly. And then all your standard defensive stuff and sonar. So let's actually dunk down some tidal generators. Got a very nice beach going on. And dang it. So yeah, right click does move around, issue commands. So like attack and move commands are going to be issued by right click, like most modern RTSs. That I believe is changeable in the settings, of course. So yeah, just remember what you're like doing, that's all. So yeah, title generators. So if I click away, you can see that the display down here actually shows us like elevation and positional stuff and the terrain type. So we've got default terrain. Let's see. And it shows us metal stats as well. So if we wanted the best one, 255 is of course full metal concentration, because it looks like it's using hex values for it. But then, let's see, it doesn't show us water. If I were on a metal map, it would display like, oh, metal island or metal landmass, whatever. But yeah. So, of course, I didn't change the settings to allow me to see the whole map, which I would normally do, but yeah. So, yeah, that's most of it, really. Let me go into... Let's save it, actually.
Battle paused.
Lobby. Leave. Yes. Okay. Let's go into replays. And then start. So this is kind of the first game that I, like, played to get an idea of what the game was like, playing as Armada instead of Cortex. Luckily, it doesn't take too long. If you run it on your integrated graphics card, it says it's going to have problems. So it will detect what graphics card you're running the game on and warn you like, hey, I don't have enough resources to run the game. Do you know what you're doing? So it'll try and detect things that way and go from there. So, and then we've got our stuff will come in. So you can see that in the display down here, it shows us ground and then metal platform as our stuff. Again, it gives us elevation statistics and so on. So if I go down the ramp, you can see it drops down and then drops back up. And then it stays at a pretty constant 96 throughout. Okay, so AI, of course, does its thing. For some reason, all the enemy AI just stays flagrantly stupid, but yeah. Let's see. Let's go 20 times real quick. So it's really interesting what the AI will do as well. So you can see the AI starts at scouting right off the bat. And not with aircraft. I mean, yes, it's very naval map, but still. No aircraft to scout around with, which I find interesting. And then this is where I kind of later on kind of came in and built around the island, not realizing that this AI was here. I didn't look until later. I kind of like let it sit and do its thing. I was, like I said, I was kind of looking at what everything was. Okay, so you can see that the AI ships here kind of getting into their little orgy here, which is very interesting. This is kind of the first AI kill, and what I find really cool is they have the wreckage and then a headstone for you to say, rip, you're dead. So yeah, I kind of found them later on. And again, here you've got the full AI ship bukkake going on. So they're kind of like going really hard at it. And yeah, just like, why AI? Why? I'm like, that's interesting. So they're doing their thing. I'm like trying to kill the commander down here. Don't worry, it's fine. But yeah, I don't. I'll have to go back and look at what I set the AI as again. But it was like, what? Let's see, which one is this? Okay, hey, sit still. Sit, urchin, okay. And that was that one, yeah. The fourth one. So you can see, in spite of the bukkake going on over here, you've got like all these ships roaming around, because I walked away to talk to my brother for a little bit and just left the game running because it was at this point that I did that. So the AI kind of had their time to go and do whatever. Still going on. Still going. So the AI that I picked for this is a little bit weird. I don't know why. So if I go into player view, you can see that this is kind of what the map looks like. So I had no idea this dude was up here, but I knew this guy was here from like one of my scout planes. So and like when I came back, I finally killed that commander, and it's like, what's the AI doing? What the heck? So now I have to go and I take my gunship seaplanes to oh, he's gonna be over here, right? Because like the other three were on those islands over there. No. Like what? Okay, next island. He might be in the shrouded area. Blah, blah, blah. Nope. Well, last one to pick, pretty much. There he is. Okay. So yeah, that ends that one. But yeah, that's basically kind of how the game runs. Let's see. It was... Was it really the simple AI that, like, actually did stuff? Weird. Okay. But yeah, that is beyond all reason. Oh, it really sounds like one of those games that's a play on words of Total Annihilation. You know, you just slap Total Annihilation on the front of it and go attack on... So it's Total Annihilation beyond all reason. And yeah, more boomy bot games and things like that. Pretty cool. I like it's still in active development at this point. It's kind of a newer one, it seems, in active development. And I would highly recommend checking out and supporting it, because if you're one of those people that played Total Annihilation, this is probably very nostalgic, especially being able to play on maps remade from Total Annihilation in a more modern 3D view. If you enjoyed the video, then like, comment, subscribe, feed the algorithm, boost the video up, share this video with your friends. If you found it informative or you just want to chat, I've got plenty of places in the description, Discord, Guilded, and what have you. Check those out, and I will see you guys in the next one.